my dear students. Welcome in online teaching. I hope that you all are safe and indulge yourself in studies. In today's video, I am going to start a new chapter, The Narayanpur Incident by Shashi Deshpande from Gulmohar book. So let's begin the chapter. First, I am going to tell you something about the author of this chapter, Shashi Deshpande. She is an Indian author and she is from Karnataka. So let's start the chapter, The Narayanpur Incident by Shashi Deshpande. Shashi Deshpande was born in 1938 in Dharwad, Karnataka. She is an Indian novelist and also a recipient of the Sahitya Akademi Award. She published her first collection of short stories in 1978 and her first novel, The Dark Holds No Terror, in 1980. She won the Sahitya Akademi Award for the novel That Long Silence in 1990 and the Padma Shri Award in 2009. Her novel Shadow Play was shortlisted for the Hindu Literary Prize in 2014. She is the second daughter of the famous Kannada dramatist and writer Sriranga. The year is 1942, the time of the Quit India movement. A teacher in a small town, a follower of Gandhiji, has been arrested. His elder son, 18-year-old Mohan, and his college friends including Suman, believe in a different form of resistance to the British. His younger son, Babu, aged 13, and daughter Manju, 2 years younger, are also keen to participate in the struggle against the British. 8th August 1942, the Quit India movement begins. Babu and Manju suddenly find themselves part of all his when their schools close down and their father is put behind bars. Their brother Mohan becomes involved in the movement and the rest of the family moves to the small town of Narayanpur. But now Mohan has turned up in Narayanpur with his friend Suman and the Quit India movement has gained momentum. Babu decides to watch a procession that Mohan is taking part in and takes Manju with him. Their mother does not know about their plan. So the children leave the key to their house with their neighbor Ramabai. The story is set in 1942 during the Quit India movement. The Narayanpur incident presents an intergoing account of a turbulent situation that shook the peaceful town of Narayanpur. Mahatma Gandhi warns the British to quit India on the 8th of August 1942. The very next day, Gandhiji and some of the prominent leaders are put in jail. The people of the country rise in protest officially, starting the Quit India movement of 1942. There is a procession taken by the college students to the collector's office. It is a peaceful one with the policemen who appear all along the road. Some of them walk in front of students, some on their sides, but the students march as if the police did not exist. They walk silently. There are no slogans, no shouts, just the sound of walking feet and a low sound of people talking quietly from the watching crowd. Babu and Manju are two school-going kids who find themselves in a sticky situation. They are eagerly looking out for their elder brother Mohan, who holds a picture of Mahatma Gandhi. With their schools closed down and their father in jail, they don't know how to deal with the situation. Their courageous brother Mohan goes underground, and soon the rest of the family moves to Narayanpur, a sleepy little hamlet which has been completely unaffected by the turbulence in the country. But Narayanpur is seething within, and it all erupts at once when a group of children dare to confront the police. Mohan was holding a picture of Mahatma Gandhi. Their arms would have ached holding it up for a long time, but their faces were expressionless. They reached the police stations. The police officer was a DSP. There was some conversation between him and the students. The students seemed to be arguing. Then one of them handed him a piece of paper. The procession was like a declaration of war. The paper was a notice for the collector to quit India or face their problems. There was a parcel with them. This how the procession in Narayanpur went on. The police expected the students to shout slogans and cause violence. This would make the police to arrest them, beat them up and imprison them. But the students' leaders did not want to be arrested then, as they had a lot more to do. Therefore, they marched back silently. There was a mysterious parcel that contained a cyclostyle machine. The police suspected that Mohan and his family were making copies of Mahatma's speech. They also suspected that some people were hiding these. Suman and their friend brought the cyclostyle machine. She asked them to keep it in the puja room. When the sub-inspector came in initially, she acted as if everything was normal and nothing revolutionary took place at their home. Patil, the sub-inspector, came to Mohan's house to give a warning about the raid of his wife. As he was a close friend of Mohan's father, he asked Mohan to give him the cyclostyle machine and all proof pertaining to the agitation against the British. Mohan's mother believed him and allowed him to take away all these things. So this is all about the story, the incident of Narayanpur. I hope that you have understood well. Thank you.